Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Say hello to the all-new Alexa Plus and see how Alexa can do so much more for you. Need tickets to see your favorite artist? Craving your comfort restaurant? Just sit back, relax, and talk naturally. Alexa's on it. It learns your style, anticipates what's next, and makes it happen across Echo, Fire TV, and more. Learn more at amazon.com/new Alexa.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
I don't know about you folks, but it's yet another reason why I proudly voted for the man. Decisive action from President Trump. The U.S. seizes an entire oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela.
It's been an interesting day from the standpoint of news. As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, a large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening, so you'll be seeing that later, and you'll be talking about that later with some other people. Very excitingly for me and for the country.
And so the foreign affairs minister of Venezuela denounced the seizure, calling it a blatant theft and an act of international piracy. What else do you expect for them to say? They were caught red-handed. Attorney General Pam Bondi wrote on X that the government executed a seizure warrant on a tanker used to carry oil from Venezuela and Iran. The Trump administration doing the right thing. This is not the first time that this has happened. It's happened over multiple years. We'll come back to that. But actions have consequences. A story we did on the 3 p.m. show, I'm repeating now. Actions have consequences. 8 members of a Philadelphia youth football team have been charged with felonies, and rightfully so. They should be charged with felonies after allegedly stealing more than $2,000 worth of merchandise from a Dick's Sporting Goods store in Polk County, Florida last weekend. They don't play that in Polk County, Florida. The young men, ages 14 and 15, all happen to be African American. And as I was looking at the mugshots, I'm sorry, folks, they all look like hardened criminals to me at age 14 and 15. Again, they're from a youth football team, and they were in town for a championship game that was supposed to happen 5 days ago, December 6th. But yet they were arrested and charged with felonies for stealing from the Dick's Sporting Goods store. They went to the town and apparently rode an Uber to the Dick's Sporting Goods store. So societal-wise, how did we get to this point? Well, we all know this is decades in the making. And most recently, the part of the problem happens to be the racial arsonists sending all the wrong messages to society, but specifically to her own community. Congresswoman Hate, a.k.a. Congresswoman Angry Keisha, a.k.a. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. What are you talking about, Dominic? Jasmine Crockett, her words, not mine, says white people aren't allowed to use the word oppressed. Last time I checked, this is America. People can use whatever words you want to. But she says white people are not allowed to use the word oppressed because none of them were dragged across the ocean and forced to work. Folks, I got to tell you straight up, I am so sick and tired of hearing about slavery. It's used as a crutch within my own community to keep us back in bondage, dare I say in chains. It's what I call the Democrat plantation. I want you to listen to Congresswoman Hate, a.k.a. Congresswoman Angry Keisha, a.k.a. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett of Texas, who wants to be the next United States Senator from Texas.
Is because you can then misuse words like oppression. There has been no oppression for the white man in this country. You tell me which white men were dragged out of their homes. You tell me which one of them got dragged all the way across an ocean and told that you are going to go and work. We are going to steal your wives. We are going to rape your wives. That didn't happen. That is oppression. We didn't ask to be here. We're not the same migrants that y'all constantly come up against. We didn't run away from home. We were stolen. So yeah, we are going to sit here and be offended when you want to sit here and act like, and don't let it escape you that it is white men on this side of the aisle telling us, people of color on this side of the aisle, that y'all are the ones being oppressed, that y'all are the ones that are being harmed.
So, Congresswoman Angry Keisha, you don't think those kids in Philadelphia, you don't think they hear your message? You don't think that they hear that you are making them lifetime victims to move ahead with your political career? But I know you don't care because it's all about you, right? It's all about Jasmine Crockett. All I can say is this, folks. Speaker Mike Johnson of Louisiana, and rightfully so, for my party, the Republican Party, let Jasmine Crockett speak 100 times a day.
Yeah. Can I get your thoughts on Jasmine Crockett's run for Senate? What does it say about the state of the Democratic Party? And do you feel worried about their chances of winning at all?
I'm absolutely delighted that Jasmine Crockett is running for Senate in Texas. I think it's one of the greatest things that's happened to the Republican Party in a long, long time. She is the face of the Democratic Party. She and Mamdani. Good luck with that. I want her to have the largest, loudest microphone that she can every single day, and we look forward to having that election down there. We are going to elect another Republican senator in Texas. Texas is a red state. The people of Texas are common sense Americans, and what Jasmine is trying to sell will not be purchased by the folks of Texas. That is my prediction. Yes. Thank you. Thanks so much.
800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you, folks. We'll be starting with your telephone calls momentarily. I'll be talking to Matt Blaze at the bottom of the hour about what happened to the kids from Philadelphia that went stealing in Florida and have been arrested and charged with felonies, as they should, 14 and 15. But let's focus on that football team situation for a moment. Played this earlier today. I want you to hear this again because it's important. This is the sheriff. I think it's a Grady Judge of Polk County in Florida discussing what happened. These kids that went to Dick's Sporting Goods store just this past Saturday, I believe. You know, do you know what I would have given folks? I played football when they were their age. If I could have traveled from New York City to Florida to play in a game, and all you got to do is travel, adhere to the code of conduct, and go play the game. But I guess we shouldn't just blame the kids. Look at what's happening in Michigan at this hour. The head football coach for a, quote, inappropriate relationship has been fired and now detained by police. The head coach at one of the top football programs in the country. I'm just saying, he happens to be black as well, the head coach, in police custody as we speak. Fired, I think, by the University of Michigan. So not just the kids, the coaches as well. And what you're about to hear is the sheriff, and he's explaining that the attitude of the coach as well on this youth team was part of the problem.
Now I want to introduce you to 8 of the thoroughbreds. And here they are. You look at the thoroughbreds and you find out, what were they doing? What were they doing on Saturday morning? Well, let me tell you what they were doing. They Ubered from where they were staying. They had come from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, down to the Dick's Sporting Good in Posner Park. Not only did they Uber down there to shop, they had no intentions of paying for their product. So they came into the store in 2 groups, and they began to systematically steal product. And that's exactly what they did. They stole, and they stole, and they stole, and they stole, and they stole. Yeah, how do you like that? This is everything that they stole. And guess what? As we've said before, you can't go any place, anytime that you're not on a camera. So Dick's Sporting Goods knows that they're stealing because they're watching this systematic, organized theft ring called a football team. Now, not only did they steal 47 items, but ostensibly, they may have cost their team the championship and the football game, because I don't know if these all were starters or not, but I can tell you that we were finishers. We arrested them. We took them to the Juvenile Assessment Center, and we put them in lockup. But I want to introduce you to their coach. His name's Raynon Bynes, B-Y-N-E-S. So when we notify the coach who is responsible for them, you would think he would be interested in holding them accountable and responsible. Instead, he goes to the deputies and begs them not to take these young men into custody. Oh, don't arrest them. Drop the charges. Let them go. And then when we said no, then they go to Dick's Sporting Goods, to the manager, and said, oh, don't charge them. Don't charge them. They were not taking bubble gum, one piece to chew. They stole over $2,000 worth of products, over 47 different products they stole.
So that's the sheriff in Polk County. I believe that's Grady Judge. And they should have been charged with felonies, because there's a time in life for tough love for everyone. So when we come back, we're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to start with Robert in Philadelphia, Howard in Rockland County, amongst the calls, 800-848-9222.
The Dominic Carter Show
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. A ride.
This episode is brought to you by Blink. Doom scrolling during this ad break? Ditch the doom and get peace of mind with new Blink 2K Plus Smart Security. Check on home from your phone with 2K Clarity, noise cancellation, and 4x Zoom. Plus, setup is so simple, you can easily install while listening to your favorite podcast. True crime girlies, we got you. Get more, spend less with Blink 2K Plus Smart Security.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Jay Kelly, the new film from Academy Award nominee Noah Baumbach. George Clooney stars as an actor confronting his past and present on a journey of self-discovery, alongside Adam Sandler as his devoted manager. Critics are calling it a declaration of love to the chaotic art of filmmaking, with the Wall Street Journal praising it as a transcendent comedy drama. Jay Kelly is now playing only on Netflix.
Everyone wants the Emirates NBA Cup.
And things are heating up.
30 teams started. Bang! But only 8 have advanced to the single elimination knockout rounds. To survive, they'll have to be hungry, relentless, ruthless.
Are you kidding me?
They all want the cup, but only one team can claim it. Who will capture the cup? Emirates NBA Cup knockout rounds begin December 9th on Prime.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And to the phones we go, beginning with Robert, line 1 in Philadelphia. Good morning, Robert. What's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. As always, it's good to talk to you. I was listening to an interview from that sheriff earlier today, and he fleshed it out a little bit. He was really surprised by the coach. He expected him to read the team the riot act and just to say, what do we do? But instead, his reaction, and then after he went to the store and then came back to them again, he started haranguing them about wasting their time on these things when they can be out busting drug dealers and chasing real criminals. And that's what set that sheriff off. Had that coach act properly, they probably would be on their way home now with some kind of a summons to come back or something like that. But that made that sheriff say, you know what, not only am I not allowing you to take these kids back home, their guardians have to come down, or their parents have to come down to Florida to get them. So that threw a whole new wrench into it. But it's just the mentality behind it. As you know, I live right outside of Philadelphia in a town called Ben Salem, and 42% of the arrests made by Ben Salem police are Philadelphia residents. And so that mentality, that soft on crime mentality, finds a way of seeping its way out and made it all the way down to Polk County, Florida. Do you know what I mean? And that's the problem.
Hey, Robert. So the kids. I monitored the Philadelphia TV stations tonight. Most of the kids, to my knowledge, are back in Philadelphia. The coach changed the coach changed this tune. They drove back immediately to, for the most part, to Philadelphia. And the coach has let go several of the players on the team. Some of them aged out. So the coach is now sending a message of discipline and accountability. But it sounds like a day late, a dollar short to me. I mean, he should have been lit up and lit into those kids immediately. You have the final word before I move on.
And it's not that coach is also a product of that same atmosphere of soft on crime, that mentality,
Absolutely.
That everything's no moral absolute. Have yourself a great night, Dominic. I appreciate
Thank you. Hey, Robert, but before you go, help me out here because I listened to the words of Jasmine Crockett.
Right.
And then I look at the mugshot. See, the left has so demonized, frankly, white people. You're afraid to say anything, but I'm not. So I look at the mugshots, and they all look like thugs, straight out thugs. Look like they've been to Attica, the state prison in New York, and these are kids 14 and 15. How did we get to this point?
Live in a liberal world. Well, Dominic, you know the answer to that. Live in a left-wing bubble, and that's what you're going to get every time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for the telephone call, Robert in Philadelphia. Let's go to Silas, Staten Island, line 3. Silas, what's on your mind?
Yeah, one thing with Jasmine Crockett, she starts talking about people being dragged here. There's nothing stopping any black who feels that they feel they're oppressed here in America. They can leave. No one's stopping them. And as far as these kids doing the crimes, every state needs to start arresting teenagers, letting them know that if you do this, you're going to get arrested. You'll be saving their lives from a life of crime, and you'll be saving victims. You'll be making sure that they don't have victims, because they not only steal from stores, they jack cars.
Silas, I couldn't have said it better than the way you just laid it out. You'll be helping these kids by putting them behind bars. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Introducing Meta Ray-Ban Display, the world's most advanced AI glasses. With a full color display built into the lens of the glasses, it's there when you need it and gone when you don't. Send and receive messages, translate or caption live conversations, collaborate with Meta AI, and more. Be one of the first to try Meta Ray-Ban Display. Visit meta.com/Meta Ray-Ban Display to book a demo and find your pair.
Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
This is Charlie. He's my part rescue dog, part whirlwind. Half of his breakfast always ends up on the floor. And he leaves fur everywhere. That's why I grabbed the Bissell Power Clean Fur Finder. It's cordless, powerful, and actually finds fur you don't even see. If you've got a pet like Charlie, you've got fur everywhere. The Power Clean Fur Finder gets that. Discover how Power Clean Fur Finder makes pet cleanups effortless at Bissell.com.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana lets you buy your next car on your terms. Explore a massive inventory online, filter for what matters, and find your perfect match. Then choose delivery to your home or pick it up at one of Carvana's iconic car vending machines. Every car also comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee, so you can make sure it's the right fit. Buy your car on Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Carvana.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Well, Ilhan Omar, you're from Somalia, and your day may be coming. In a few minutes, you'll hear Tom Homan says they're looking into the alleged marriage to her brother to enter the country. You might be going bye-bye, Congresswoman Omar. We'll get to that in a few minutes. We see all of your calls. We'll get to those. Matt Blaze, help me understand. You're my voice of reason often. These kids, I would have given anything when I played youth football to be able to travel from New York to Florida. All you got to do is make the trip, represent your team, be good, play the game, be thankful, and then go back home. These kids, these little savages were, and the reason why I use the word savages, because they were a wolf pack. Maybe that's the better word. They were looking for the opportunity. They thought they could easily go down to Florida and steal openly. They want to wear the best of the best. And the sheriff in Polk County said, I don't think so. You're facing felony charges. Plus tonight, this is a story that's still unfolding at I think it's the University of Michigan, their head football coach has been fired immediately for a, quote, inappropriate relationship and is in police custody. What is going on in the world, Matt Blaze?
The first question, were these kids from West Philadelphia, born and raised? Did they spend were they on the playground most of their days? You know what I'm saying?
I know, Will Smith.
There you go.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
But how do these kids get into an Uber when you go on a trip? Now, when I was in high school, I was in the marching band. We went to California. We went to Florida. We had chaperones that watched us all the time. Back then, I couldn't call a cab and just go to the local mall. How did these kids, where were the chaperones? Was it just couldn't be just one coach by himself. There had to be other coaches there as well. And you would think they would have had some parent chaperones. Who was watching these kids for them to be able to get an Uber, take a trip to the local Dick's Sporting Goods, and then the one kid bought a bag, brought it to the other kids, and then they started filling up the bag and then walked out of the store. And I guess they were doing it long enough where they called the cops on them because the cops were waiting for them in the parking lot. So where were the parents or other coaches? And for this one coach, he should just be fired. The head coach should be fired. Forget about what he's doing now. The fact that he went to the sheriff and to the sheriff's department and said, oh, please drop the charges, let them go. He doesn't understand either what's happening. Now he gets it? Now he gets it. He should be fired. He should have said, send him to jail. Let him go to jail. They did something wrong. It's a football team. You're on the football team that builds character. It builds teamwork. You learn how to work together. Yeah, they work together to steal from Dick's Sporting Goods. But that's the wrong way to go. So where was the coach? He should be immediately fired. Forget about what he did now. It doesn't even matter.
I agree with you. Do you have any details? I know the story is still breaking about what's going on in Michigan tonight. The head football coach has been terminated and is in police custody for an inappropriate relationship.
Well, from what I saw about that, they hired the university hired an external firm to do an investigation. They just keep saying it's an inappropriate relationship. They don't say
married with
who,
kids,
but they don't. Well, fine. I mean, he's cheating on his wife, but what is the inappropriate relationship? Who is the other person? Now, it could just be another coach or whoever, but if there's clauses in the contract that says you can't do that, which is what I think it is. I don't know that it's sort of like he had an inappropriate relationship with an underage student or something like. I don't know.
But that's you know, we hate to speculate, but that's what I'm thinking.
Well,
this may have been a freshman, underage freshman, because why would the police now get involved and have him in custody?
That is true. Because if it was just an internal rules thing that the coach signed and said you can't have a relationship with anyone, then that's just a rule that they have, and then you get fired. But for it to be an inappropriate relationship, that does raise the speculation of it must be an underage student. It doesn't mean it's on the football team. It could be anybody. But I guess we're going to find out. And
we're going to find out sooner rather than later.
The fact that they found out that it's an inappropriate relationship, they have evidence of that, automatic termination. You can't argue with that.
And the university is stating tonight in Michigan that they fired him with cause. So,
well, with cause could mean a lot of things depending on his contract.
Right.
But I mean, let's say
it means a violation of contract.
But I mean, it's college, so maybe it's not even a college student, because if it's a college student, you got to figure they're 18, 19. They're of age.
But some of them are 17.
True.
You know, so. Bottom line, he's put his family and his kids in an awful position. Matt Blaze, thank you very much. We see your telephone calls. Let's see here, a bunch of calls. If you're trying to get through, folks, just wait a second, hit redial. Let's see here. Let's go to Steve, line 4 in Florida. Steve, good morning. What's on your mind?
Dominic. What's on my mind is I'm Italian and Puerto Rican. I have black blood in me. My brothers did that DNA stuff they check. But anyway, what I'm getting down to is the Democrats are so confusing. I mean, for so long, white people are privileged. They're privileged. They're privileged. Now, Brandon Johnson and the mayor of Chicago, white people are intimidated by black people the way they dress.
Yeah,
have you heard that?
I haven't heard that part, but nothing that Brandon Johnson says surprises me. You know, you have these kids of color literally shooting each other in the head or in the heart downtown Chicago. He doesn't want to talk about that. He wants to lock on racism. You have the final word, Steve. Go ahead.
My final word is, I got a granddaughter. My son's married to a black woman, and I have a grandbaby, and her half black and white. It's sad, with there's white people, there's black people, and there's criminals. There's no, I was reading about a British guy. Miami just got a mayor that is Democratic now. For 30 years, I think it's Republican. And I was reading about a white British guy who was cheating, illegal alien, voted 6 times,
Right.
And I don't know whether he voted
in the
this
world. What goes on? So are you in Florida, New York, or Florida, the state of Florida?
I'm in Daytona Beach. I'm outside Daytona, Ormond Beach, Florida.
Okay,
yeah.
So Steve, is it fair enough to say that in Polk County they don't play that?
In most of Florida, we have a sheriff here called Chitwood, and he is tough, Chitwood. He's been on national news too, but the judge. He's really good too. We have a lot of good sheriffs in Florida. I'm going to be honest with you.
So Steve, before I let you go, explain this to me. How do these inner city kids from Philadelphia? They look like hoodlums. I mean, looking at the mug shots, they look like they just got out of Attica. How do they think they can come down to Florida, go shopping, quote unquote, at Dick's Sporting Goods store, stealing as Matt Blaze said, they went in with a shopping bag, filling the shopping bag up. And how do they think they could just walk into Dick's Sporting Goods store and walk out with $1,000 worth of merchandise? How do they think that, Steve?
I was never in the band, but I was in a lot of other organizations, Spanish Club, ROTC. I believe there's still a lot of DEI, in the band and things like that, because, you got to be a respectable person to get in some of these organizations. You can't just, you have to have good grades, you have to do this and that. I don't know. I may be wrong, with these kids, but it's ridiculous this is happening. I don't know what to say about it. It's sad. It's really sad.
Steve, thank you for the call from the state of Florida. Let's go to line 2. Howard in Rockland County, New York. Howard, good morning. What's on your mind?
Yes. Hello, Dominic. Thank you for taking my call. I was just thinking about Jasmine Crockett, all her comments. She's saying that white people can't use the word oppressed. Well, since when does black people feel oppressed? If she's saying this game, she has to give a bit of a reasoning. I don't see. You think these thieves in Florida felt oppressed the way they stole? I don't think so.
Well, you make a good point there. My issue is that it's polarizing and divisive. And I get it, she's a star of the Democratic Party, but she wants to go to the Senate. But at what cost? Are you just going to burn down America with all your racial arsonist talk? I mean, Howard, before I move on, you have the final word.
Yeah, I don't get how she just decides with all this divisiveness. It must be something a bit deeper. Last week you had a caller who said that claimed that Ilhan Omar has some things hidden in her basement. I would say maybe the same thing for Jasmine also. You don't just start speaking about this race thing when no one else speaks about it. It's only her and all these, speaking about it. No one else. It's not the mainstream topic of regular people.
Right. Fair enough, Howard. Thank you for the great call. Let's go to Stephen, line 5 in Manhattan. Good morning, Stephen. What's on your mind?
Good morning. What do you think about the admiral resigning in the Navy because of your President Trump? 30 years of excellent service.
Could it be? Okay, what did the admiral cite as his? Steve, you never met a liberal that you didn't love. I'll answer. I'll try my best to answer your question. Can you please answer for me why these 7, 8 young thugs went from Philadelphia to Florida stealing, why they would think they could get away with doing something like that? Because it's people like you that make it possible for them to do what they do.
Absolutely not. There's some bad apples in the bunch, but how come you call them thugs? They made bad decisions. Just like you made bad decisions in life.
Wait. How can I call them thugs? Have you seen the mugshots?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, look at the mugshots.
You can't judge a book by its cover. You should know that, right? You can't judge a book by its cover. You should know that. So stop stereotyping us.
Well,
okay.
Well, you said that Kamala was going to win. Remember that? You said that she was the perfect candidate. Kamala is exactly what's wrong with black people.
Not necessarily. And my man Zohan Mamdani won, didn't he?
Right,
Zohan
he won.
Mamdani won.
Yeah, Mamdani did win the election, and he's about to take the city of New York over the cliff, and he hasn't even taken office yet.
You are incorrect. You are incorrect.
Okay, what am I incorrect about?
Because he's putting together his cabinet. My union president is part of his staff. So, hey, we're going in the right direction.
Matt Blaze, do you have anything to counter with Stephen? I don't. Wait, Stephen. Maybe Matt Blaze can make some sense with
Stephen, the first thing you said is like, why are you calling them thugs? Don't judge a book by its cover. We're not judging a book by its cover. They're thugs because they have mugshots because they were stealing. How are we judging a book by its cover?
Our president, right? Just like our president, right? Just like our president.
What
he has a mugshot.
Now you're trying to do the pivot and shift. Now you're pivoting and shifting. We're talking about the thugs from the Philadelphia team.
Let's be fair.
No. Stephen, you're changing the subject. No. You're changing the subject. We're talking about the thugs, the kids, the 15-year-olds on a football team that went into a Dick's Sporting Goods store and stole $2,200 worth of merchandise that have mugshots, and then you say, don't judge a book by its cover, but they are thieves. So tell me, what is not in the cover and not in the book?
They're going to have their day in court. All right?
Hey, Stephen, what was it wrong? Stephen, was it wrong what the kids did?
Yes.
I'm about to have a heart. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. I'm about to have a heart attack, Fred Sanford style. Hey, Stephen, thank you for the call. We just disagree on. I know your heart is in the right place, but we just disagree on some of the issues, man. We got some serious problems out here. Thank you for the telephone call. Folks, we see all the other calls. Thank you, Matt Blaze, for trying to help me there with Stephen, because I needed some help here. Time for a break. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
At IKEA, your dreams can come true. Well, maybe not the ones where you're being chased by a monster. We're talking about kitchen dreams. And there are IKEA products and solutions for all of them. Whether it's a whole new kitchen, a statement glassware set, or just new cutlery. If you got big dreams or small dreams in any size of budget, IKEA can help you bring them to life. Visit IKEA.us/dreamkitchen to learn more. Dream the possibilities.
This is a real good story about Bronx and his dad, Ryan, real United Airlines customers.
We were returning home, and one of the flight attendants asked Bronx if he wanted to see the flight deck and meet Captain Andrew.
I got to sit in the driver's seat.
I grew up in an aviation family, and seeing Bronx kind of reminded me of myself when I was that age.
That's Andrew, a real United pilot.
These small interactions can shape a kid's future.
It felt like I was the captain.
Allowing my son to see the flight deck will stick with us forever.
That's how good leads the way.
Online reviews say I'm steep, rocky, and a difficult trail. Next time I'm gonna say, not if you're driving a Toyota truck.
We know what we're made of. Toyota trucks.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we go right back to your telephone calls. Let's see here. Line 4, LQ in the Boogie Down Bronx, New York. What's on your mind, LQ?
About these guys, they were lucky. Most
wait, when you say these guys, you're talking about the kids
stores
in Philly? Wait, LQ, listen.
They have the shooting range in the basement.
Cut his mic. Are you listening to what I have no idea what you're talking about. You said these kids. Are you referring to the kids in Philly that went stealing in Florida? I have no idea what you're talking about.
And happy and joyous.
Okay, let's lose him. Let's lose him. He's not listening to a word I'm saying. Let's go to Paul, line 3 in Connecticut. Paul, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. Happy holidays. It's a pleasure to talk to you after
Thank
all
you,
the
Paul.
hard work
you know what,
do
man?
all year.
You know what,
I wanted
Paul?
To tell you.
You know what, Paul? You just reminded me. It's hard to understand that that it is the holiday time. We're in December. We are 12 days from Christmas. Are we allowed to say Christmas, Matt Blaze, or we can't say Christmas in America anymore with these nuts or these Democrats? Oh, you can't say Christmas, Kwanzaa, and maybe you can tell me. I don't want to get in trouble. Matt Blaze, this is a bit awkward. I know it's like, what exactly is Kwanzaa?
I don't know. You think I know?
Okay. Well,
I
should know. I should know
what Kwanzaa is.
I know, but I consider you a brother, so I thought maybe I know it's like part of the African celebration of the holidays, and it's like 12 days. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's what it is.
Anyway, Paul, go right ahead.
I wanted to tell you alligator story and to be careful when you're down south on all your trips and everything. I had two. Once in South Carolina, I casted a fishing line out by Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Yeah, they have some big alligators in South Carolina.
I hooked the thing by the eye, and it was like big, and it scared me.
Wait, you hooked the alligator by the eye?
Yeah, it was big, like great. It was like 12. This is a big one. This one was scary. That had a big jaw.
And wait, did he come out of the water?
No, the one I had in Fort Lauderdale, I threw him some chicken, and then I tied a steak bone on to some very heavy fishing line. And that I was able to pull up to the side of the boat, and he'd start shaking his head and then swim out and sink down to the bottom.
Okay, but Paul, wait a minute, Paul. Wait a New York minute. What happens if the gator comes up to get the chicken and he decides you're the chicken and he jumps up in the boat? Then what?
Well, I was like 4 feet up off the water. I wanted to feed him so he'd be a little happier and, content sitting there. Not really very hungry looking at me.
Paul, the older I get, the more conservative I get. I used to want to jump out of a helicopter in Hawaii, jump off a cliff, be right there near the alligator. No more. I don't want to be near the gator. I don't even want to be in the water. If I see a lily pad or whatever you call those things, I don't even want to be near the water. I don't want to even be near the water. Thank you for the story there, Paul. Be careful with those gators. Let's go to Mark in Pittsburgh, line 5. Mark, you got 30 seconds. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Dominic. I got a funny story here. We got to get Kamala Harris to play golf with Donald Trump. Give her a set of left-handed golf clubs. Yes, she Donald are right-handed. Let them play. Let them laugh. Let Kamala laugh because she can't use the golf clubs. They're made wrong because they're left-handed.
Hey, but she'll do that Kamala laugh, and it'll scare the heck out of all of the, that heckle she does.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, my wife's down in Florida.
Your wife what now?
My wife's in Florida. My daughter took her down with my daughter's husband. And it's the first time my wife's going to be, she turned 70.
Well, congratulations to your wife. And if you happen to see Kamala, tell her we said hello. I'm back at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, Share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. All right.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, one of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. Mm-hmm. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.